Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw that Shalya Parva had ended with the fall of Duryodhana and the Pandavas had entered the camp of the Kauravas. Sanjaya, the charioteer of Dhritarashtra, went running to the king to report about the fall of Duryodhana. He told him, "Oh my dear king, we have lost everything. Bhima has broken the thigh of Duryodhana and he lays on the ground near Lake Samantapanchaka. Shalya, Shakuni and Uluka were also killed today. Bhima has slain Duryodhana as well." King Dhritarashtra was in the palace with his wife Gandhari and also surrounded by the many wives of his sons. Vidura was there as well. Dhritarashtra couldn't feel his limbs. He was numb with agony. Gandhari was no different. She had fainted away upon hearing from Sanjaya about Duryodhana. Everything was gone. Everything had ended. This was the day Vidura had been warning from the very beginning, but no one had listened to him. Krishna came there at that time. It was a pitiful sight to see Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. They had lost all the 100 sons due to the pride of one son. He consoled as well as convinced them that this is the way it had to be. He said, "You know where there is dharma, there is victory. You know all the hardships the Pandavas were put through throughout their lives. Duryodhana had been very unfair to them. We all, including yourself, tried to put sense into him, but he would not listen. Please be kind towards the sons of Kunti and do not begrudge them when they come to see you," he advised them. After some time, Gandhari gained her composure and she said she concurred with the thoughts of Krishna and she said his words soothed her pain. Krishna took leave of them and went back to join the Pandavas and Satyaki. They were all to sleep outside the Kaurava camp that night. The rest of the Pandava warriors were sleeping in the Pandava camp itself. Sanjaya went back to see Duryodhana, who was all alone, squirming in pain of his broken thigh on the ground. Sanjaya was overcome with pity for the once great king who had lived a luxurious life. Today he lay on the ground all alone and in pain and with no one around him. Duryodhana spoke to Sanjaya. He said, "Look Sanjaya, I know I will go to heaven because I died on the battlefield. But then before that, I am seeing severe hell right here. I am squirming with pain but death is not coming near me. I, who was the lord of 11 Akshauhinis, am lying here all alone. I know I still have 3 warriors on my side, Aśvatthāmā, Kripa and Kritavarma. I would like to see them before I die. I want to tell them about the unfair fight I had with Bhima. Please find them for me," he asked Sanjaya. Sanjaya went looking for them and conveyed Duryodhana's message. Then he went back to the palace in Hastinapura. Aśvatthāmā, Kripa and Kritavarma came to the side of Duryodhana. Aśvatthāmā was infuriated when he heard about the unfair Gada Yuddha. He said he would avenge this unfairness by killing all the remaining Pandava warriors. Duryodhana was very touched by this gesture of Aśvatthāmā. There was a time when he had suspected his intentions just like his father Drona, but he had been wrong in judging both of them. They both had turned out to be on his side. With the blood from his wounds, Duryodhana anointed a tilaka on the forehead of Aśvatthāmā and announced that he was the new commander-in-chief of his army. Aśvatthāmā, Kripa and Kritavarma left from there with renewed vigor. They were sleeping below a huge tree and Aśvatthāmā couldn't sleep. That tree had nested many crows. In the middle of the night, suddenly an owl swooped in. It started attacking and destroying all the crows. After doing its job, it happily went away. The sleepy crows were absolutely helpless and unprepared when the attack happened. Within no time, the owl had murdered a whole horde of crows and flown away from the place. Aśvatthāmā's eyes glimmered with a new spark. Seeing this, he had got a new idea in his mind. He was going to implement it. He woke up Kripa and Kritavarma from their sleep to share his devious plan. He told them about the owl and the crows. He said they 3 should also follow the same idea. They should attack the sleeping Pandavas in their camp and destroy all of them. Kripa was aghast with his evil plan. But Aśvatthāmā wouldn't listen. Kripa and Kritavarma decided that they will stick together in their plan as they were the only 3 standing warriors on Duryodhana's side. They walked stealthily towards the Pandava camp near Lake Samantapanchaka to attack the sleeping warriors. Hence, this Parva is called Sauptika Parva. So, what are our takeaways from this story? No matter what our actions are, we have to pay our price. Duryodhana was going to heaven all right, but before that, he had to face severe hell. The pain of his broken thigh and the pain of being all alone on the ground near Lake Samantapanchaka was worse than the worst hell for him. He had paid the price for all his misgivings by losing all his near and dear ones and dying alone with intense pain. Another thing to notice is that when an event happens, whether it involves us or not, there are always two possibilities. We can either learn what to do or what not to do. When Aśvatthāmā saw the crooked owl destroying all the crows, he could have empathized with the helpless crows. Instead, he gravitated towards the satisfaction that the owl felt after destroying the crows. He gravitated towards that emotion rather than being righteous. One has to be mindful towards what emotion he is connecting or gravitating towards. With these thoughts, we come to the end of today's episode. Remember, in this series we are discussing matters of Mahabharata because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om!